This is an open letter to Mount Kenya. It is a voice letter that I hope will reach the highest peak of Mount Kenya, while at the same time hoping that it will not dissolve in the snows of Mount Kenya. Rather, it will reach the hearts of the Kikuyu and the people of Mount Kenya in general. I address you, dear brothers and sisters from the mountain. I address you to tell you, I hear you. I hear you very well. I hear you blame and rebel against Uhuru Kenyatta. I hear you well as you rebel against BBI and anything that comes from Uhuru Kenyatta. I hear your arguments, if I may call them that. I hear your lamentations. I hear the things you are talking about Uhuru Kenyatta. I understand. At the end of this video, I undertake to tell you what I understand and what I know and why you are saying the things you are saying. I will end up by showing that your spirit is restless, and that explains why you are saying the things you are saying. Because the things you are saying honestly have no merit. You blame Uhuru Kenyatta for deserting you despite the many millions of votes you gave him. You do, of course, exaggerate the votes. But nevertheless, let's give it to you that you gave him 6 million votes. You say instead of thinking about you and working for you, he has turned to Nyanza. He relates more with his brother Raila than with you. That everything from government has been poured in Nyanza. You make it laughable. Had it not been for the fact that it's really annoying. It is really annoying. You say all the good things have gone to Nyanza. You say the president is not helping you. Then I must go to political science 101. Why do people seek power? People seek power because they want to actualize what politics is. And it has been stated in Political Science 101. Is being in charge of resources of a country and determining who gets what, when. That's what politics is about. That's what power is about. So let's localize that definition of politics. Let's put it in Kenyan context. The president of this country will oversee the collection of taxes and the resources of this country. That he does through KRA. He will have a custodian of those resources, and that is done by the central bank that will come up with the monetary policies that will affect the economy. He will have somebody at the treasury. But in order that these resources may be well controlled by that president, he will need to be in charge of the armed forces. So he will need somebody in the armed forces. But that's not enough. He will need to know what people are whispering around. In the olden days of Moi, he will need somebody at Nyati House and Nyayo House. Today, the guys are on Thika Road. Those are the agencies. Those are the individuals. Those are the officers that make the president enjoy state power and actualize that state power and the enjoyment of the state. So let's start. When I came here this morning, I wanted to tell Kenyans, who are the Kenyans who occupy these positions? Even as we blame Uhuru Kenyatta, those of us from Mount Kenya, that he is favoring other regions. But because I have forgotten, I can't remember well. Maybe it's because of January. You know, January, you see people walking around, talking to themselves because of the issues of January. And then COVID has made it worse. So I can't remember well. But I have good friends from Mount Kenya. And at the end of this show, I'm going to place a call to some of them so that they may remind me and remind Kenyans. I'll ask Isaac Maura, my friend, to tell me who is in charge of KRA. Is it Otieno or Wafula? I have forgotten. I'll be placing a call Kimani Shungwa, Kamau, my friend, to ask him who is at the treasury. Is it Mora? Because I've forgotten. I'll be asking my friend Alice Wahome, who is in charge of the armed forces of the Republic of Kenya. Is it somebody Muganga from Taita? I'll be asking these questions because it pains me and other Kenyans when you tell us the things you are telling us. It pains me to hear Rigathi Gachagua, my friend, from my in-laws in Madeira, saying that we don't want BBI. The people of Mount Kenya want to hear about coffee, tea, milk, fine. But what Rigathi is not telling me and other Kenyans is about the billions of monies Uhuru has pumped into those sectors in Mount Kenya, into Miraa, into milk, into coffee, including writing of debts. The same Rigathi Gachagua, my friend, conveniently forgets sugar farmers in the sugar belt in the western region of this country are vanishing in poverty. They can't take their children to school because the sugar industry has collapsed. They have not received the same from Uhuru Kenyatta. People of the mountain, musichokore wa Kenya tafadhali. Musichokore wa Kenya tafadhali. If you have your issues, I will be addressing those issues. The people of the mountain are crying about the economy. They say the economy is not doing well, which is true, the economy is not doing well. But who is responsible for the economy? Who is responsible for not paying the taxes? Who leads a delegation to State House when containers have been held to make traders pay tax? Is it Onyango from Shire? Who does that? My people from the mountain, my brothers and sisters, you hate Kenyatta, Uhuru Kenyatta, because he has introduced Raila to you, and Raila symbolizes, is a personification of that which you fear. You fear that power could leave you and go to other communities. You have no basis of hating Kenyatta because he has done everything a president can do for his people. Despite being the president of all Kenyans, he has given you the lion's share. All the key ministries, when we are drawing our budgets, which ministry has the lion's share? Roads. Who has roads in this country? You hate him as a person? What role has he played in ensuring you are safe, you are secure? He almost paid for it with his life. I will now tell you why you hate Uhuru Kenyatta. Not because of BBI, not even because of Raila. Your spirit is restless. Why is your spirit restless? Because you look ahead and you do not see a Kikuyu occupying State House. You are led by the fear of a Kikuyu not being in charge. You are reminded of colonial times. And then you are reminded of the 24 years of Daniel Toroitich arap Moi, when you are not in power. So anything that suggests to you power may be away from you for a while is what is disturbing you. You may not know it, my friends, but your spirit is restless, like Hamlet's father in Shakespeare's Hamlet, Prince of Denmark. That is where your problem lies. Your problem lies in consciously, but more so subconsciously, psychologically, realizing that in the foreseeable future, you are back to where you were during colonial times and where you were when Moi was in power. That is the fear that is driving you, and your spirit is restless. It is made worse by the fact that when you look around at the leaders who could take the mantle, who could step in, you don't see somebody. Again, the Kikuyu have a problem. The problem of always looking for a serious leader. Looking for what they call the Jamba or Njamba. And when you look at the people who are on the scene today, they more or less look like MCS. That's what my son told me. My son told me the Kikuyu have a problem. When they look around, not only is Uhuru Kenyatta living, and with no Kikuyus presidents in sight. It is made worse by the people they see around. None of them fits the description of a leader among the Kikuyu, in the Kikuyu side. And that's why this morning I tell you, all the things you are saying are because your spirit is restless. But I know one thing. Should a Kikuyu emerge, because leaders sometimes just emerge from nowhere, you didn't know. Should a Kikuyu emerge who fits the psychological description of a leader among the Kikuyu, should a Kikuyu Jamba emerge today on the scene, I know you, my people from the mountain, you will flock and rally around this leader because he will now manage your fear. So we know you. We know you. And even as you look rebellious, trying to say you don't want to betray Ruto, you know you are not saying the truth. You are the same people who betrayed Jaramogi Oginga Odinga after he refused to take power, saying Kenyatta had to come from jail, that Kenyatta was a god to the people of Kenya. Why didn't you come out to tell Kenyatta not to betray Jaramogi? When Raila Odinga said Kibaki tosha, and Kibaki betrayed him, why didn't you come out? So you are lying. When Kalonzo put everything on the line, including his reputation, when he helped Kibaki in 2007, otherwise he would not have formed government, and you said Karojo 2012, why did you betray him? Don't lie to us. You are not saying the truth. There is nothing about betrayal. It is about your restless spirit. And the sooner you face Mount Kenya and let your spirit rest and interact with other Kenyans, the better for this country. Because at the end of the day, hii nchi ni yetu sisi wote. Tukikuja na narratives ambao zitachoma hii nchi ni yetu, tutaichoma sisi wenyewe. Nobody will stop us because it's our country. We can destroy it if we wish. But if we love our children, those of us who have children and grandchildren, then whatever we do, we must do with moderation. And know that power, for power's sake, means nothing. That for you to be president, there must be peace in the country. For you to enjoy your presidency, Kenyans must be living in harmony. So anything you come up with should address the two issues of peace and stability so that you can enjoy your president. And for the Kikuyu brothers and sisters, we know, at least me, I know, that restless spirit will settle if you get a Kikuyu leader. But ask yourself, is it good for you? Is it good for this country?